Hello, hello, all. Welcome to episode 2 of the Carolina Storm rebuild. Right now, I'm probably just going to be showing you the off-season tasks that we had to sim through. You see the uniforms, and that's going to be our home uniforms, and you can see our logo, like in the bottom right corner, or actually, it's in the top, like behind the players now. That the one on the bottom right's our ball cap logo. So yeah, whatever. Anyways, right now we're just reorganizing the team. We cut out everyone we didn't want, and we're just putting people on the right levels because this game kind of trips. Like Austin Wins, there's no way he should be on our major league team when we have Adley Wedgmans and Chris Hudgens. But anyways, yeah. Just to tell you, I recorded this whole video, all the audio. I did the voiceover because I explained in the first episode. The first two episodes are going to be without the in-game audio because I messed up, and then I recorded the whole voiceover. Guess what I forgot to do? Turn on the mic. So here I am recording the episode again. But don't worry, I love you all that much. So I guess where we are at right now is still reorganizing the team. We're still going for our small ball team. Meaning we're gonna go for high contact guys. Power is not too important. It's important, but it's like that's not what we're focusing on our team. We want defensive masterminds everywhere we can get them, and I personally like speed and stealing, like base running. So we're gonna make use of every other tool except power. If the guys we have it, then sure, I'll be like when I'm not gonna get rid of people with power. It's just not my main focus. So I keep showing this Andrew Vaughn guy because I'm realizing I have a little bit of a conundrum at first base. I like all these, like the four names we got: Ken Grubbs, Andrew Vaughn, Ryan Mountcastle, Trey Mancini, and the issue is none of them to me are everyday starters because they're only good against one side. It'll be like 70 to 90 on one side, then the other side's going to be 50. And it's like, well, I don't know what exactly I'd want to do with that. So that's just me. You saw me deliberating over it. So we picked up Eliza Hernandez and Marcus Walden in this Rule 5 draft. And Marcus Walden's going to be our ace, and Eliza Hernandez should be either our deuce or our three. And that's just to show you how bad our rotation is. Like, I mean, they're serviceable, but they should not be 1 through 3 in your rotation, especially Marcus Walden. Eliza Hernandez has a potential to be a good 2 or 3, depending on how high that B potential actually takes him up to being. And he may actually be here for a couple years. Marcus Walden is definitely here for this year only because he's about to get worse, because he's getting a little old. Yeah, so now we just get to see the roster history, and Mark Frank, that's our first round pick, the absolute goon of the franchise, who I hope becomes great. His stats look great. I'm hoping that potential goes up with a great rookie season. I'm not going to bring him up this year. I'm going to, or at least right away. I may, depending on how his stats improve, I may bring him up at the trade deadline or for the second half of the season. But there's no guarantee. He may just spend the whole season there. So out of all of free agency, we really didn't do too much. We weren't that active. We signed two main names outside of re-signing the players we had. We signed a closing pitcher. I think it's Sean Cortez right there. Yep. I didn't click on it, but he's a 71 overall A potential closing pitcher, so I'm like, we could develop that a little bit. Then we also signed Kendall Graveman, who's really just a stopgap at our closing pitcher spot because we didn't have any relievers. There were no good relievers in free agency that weren't already 35, and as we all know, paying a 35-year-old just means you're about, like, whatever you pay is he's not going to be worth half of that by the end of the season. So it just wasn't even worth doing. So we kind of just held our place, went over some names. We have some pieces that I could potentially see keeping long term, but just not in love with a lot of the team. And sadly, this is where we are. But anyways, it's opening day for the 2022 season. But actually, first, my bad, y'all. I forgot to talk about these two potential prospects. I was going to show three, but two main ones. William Yang, the starting pitcher that looks amazing, 65 overall, 80 potential. Then we also have... Well, anyways, we could talk about him for a little more. What I like is that his hits per nine starts off pretty high. There's also this Sergio Guerrero, but as I clicked on him, I realized he's not exactly what I want. I like that he's a lefty. His pitch mix is okay. His hits per nine were great, but I don't think I would take him. But this Mauricio Jimenez, I think, is the guy I want. He's number one on my big board. 70 contact versus both sides, 70 speed and steal, and 80 fielding and an arm. So it's and honestly, 75-60 reaction. Like, this is just a defensive guy that we need who has contacts, hits the ball, and his power is like, what is that? Average, slightly above average. Like, I'm not mad at it at all. Anyways, opening day, you'll get your first look at Charleston Harbor Park out in Charleston, and we're going against opening up against the Blue Jays. Walden will be on not Mark Wahlberg. Mark Walden will be on the mound and getting his first big league start ever in his career, because I think the years before he's played in the majors, he was just a reliever. He's never started a game. He's getting his first start in his, I think, 32 or 33 age season, because our team is that bad. But hopefully he does us proud and is one of those sneaky good pickups for us. Yeah, 32. Because honestly, we need all the help we can get. Although I don't know how good I want us to do, because I wouldn't mind having another bad year to get another blue chip. But Marcus Walden starts us off well, gets his first major league, well, not his first major league strikeout, but his first strikeout of the day against the crafty Bo Bichette. And so can't complain about that. Then I think we let Vlad get a single to be on base just to fill you in. But Cedric Mullins catches a fly ball and ends the first inning, and we get out unscathed. Now we have Ramon Urias leading off for us only at the bottom of the first. And let's see how this goes for him. Look at it. Base hit for Ramon Urias. As I said earlier, Mauricio Jimenez, and then I'll probably slide Nicky Lopez over to Nicky Lopez to the second base, because I'm not in love with Ramon Urias. You're gonna hear me say that a lot about various players, but he's good at that. And another base hit ripped down the middle, so we have 2 on with no outs. Looks to be a productive inning. Let's see how it turns out. Cedric Mullins. That's 3 hits straight. Carlos Rodon is getting rocked on this first inning of this 2022 campaign. So can we get both runners home? No, because who slides feet first when someone's behind you trying to catch? Like, everyone, like, I don't know. To me, it was really dumb that he slid feet first. I wanted him to slide like head first, because then he couldn't, like, you wouldn't be able to make that tag because he'd have to reach down. But because you had your back up, you just wanted to tag your back, and it was just a really dumb play. But whatever, we get 1 run. And let's see how the rest of this inning comes, because we only have 1 out. We still have 2 people at bat. 2 outs to 2 guaranteed people to hit, and we'll see if we can get a run in from it. All right, Trey Mancini rips one to left field, but it is a fly out. Cedric Mullins is allowed to tag up, and he makes it safely to third. And Andrew Vaughn pops it up, but his lefty splits are crazy. But we get out the first inning. Well, they get out the first inning, but we score 1. And here we go, a double play.
Yeah,
get out the
double
second.
homicide.
Marcus Walden is doing his thing early. 2 scoreless innings, can't complain. Another double play for Marcus Walden.
Yeah, double homicide.
That is a great start to his starting pitcher career. And the reason I haven't shown our at-bats is because nothing happened. I don't think we even got on base once. Otherwise, I would have put the clip. But, ooh, bounce one in the dirt on George Springer, and he is looking like a fool at the plate. Let's see if we can strike him out to end the 4th, and no. Springer continues the at-bat, and it is starting to wear on Marcus Walden, because he cannot, it seems like he can't throw anything to get him out at this point, that he can't at least make contact with the foul off. And now he's not even swinging at the ones out the zone, so it leaves you with very little choices. You gotta, like, hit the corners, which you will probably fall out. Oh, but we get the strikeout there. That's I think it was number 5 for him at that point. So very solid inning for him. Start for him, because that's 5 scoreless innings. Okay, and we get 1 ripped up the middle for us by, I think it was Teoscar Hernandez. And I believe this is the start of when things begin to go wrong for us. But don't forget, he gets a strikeout here. Oh, that was his fifth strikeout. So the one earlier was his fourth. My bad. I lost count. So there's one on. Teoscar's at first. We got one out. So let's see if he can. I hope he makes it cleanly through this one. Actually, I'm pretty sure he does. I'm starting to remember where this game takes place at. Sorry, y'all. That's why I want the live footage because I'd be forgetting. Boom. Strikeout number 6 for Walden in 5 2/3 innings. That's what you love to see. All right, Randall Grichuk up. It's still only Teoscar on. He's stealing. And guess what? Pedro with the cannon gets him out. Down. But that's what we like. Severino does not have a cannon, but it is more than serviceable, as you can see right there. Ooh. We tried. But we are out with another inning without scoring or getting anyone on base for that matter. It's just a tough game for us right now. And Randall Grichuk is back up. It feels like we just saw him in this video, but I guess we was running through the rotation and letting people on and ending it, but whatever. Or I said rotation, the lineup. Okay, we got him down an 0-2 count. Can Marcus Walden put him away? Yes. Yes, he can. What strikeout is that for him? Strikeout number 7. And as you can see, this was a horrible slider, but that still manages to find the bottom middle of the zone. He could have swung on it, but he did not. So that's a strike 1 for him. He checked for for ball 1 for himself, keeping himself in the inning, which means we're going to have to start painting for the corners. Fastball in the upper middle. I mean, yeah, upper middle, I guess. To the left side, I guess. Upper middle outside is what I will call it, because it was literally in that weird part. Not a weird part, but you know what I mean. Anyways, cutter inside. He fouls off to keep him alive in the inning. These I don't know about y'all, but these long at bats always make me contemplate just intentional walking, because I feel like they always hit a bomb off of me in these scenarios. I know this part. At the time of this recording, the park is 375 to the wooden wall out left and 395 to the right. Anyways, who was it? Kevon Biggio triples because of that wall and how deep it is. Coming back to bite us. This is the way we're supposed to be playing, but no, they start to gap us like that, and I'm pretty sure this is the beginning of the long inning. Yeah, Bo Bichette fouls it off in an 0-1 count with Biggio at third. We still only have one out, and there's no way for a double play. Should I have thought about walking him? Maybe to set up the double play in the inning, because I don't know. We don't want to let him have a run and tie the game up, because the way we've been hitting, it don't look like we'll get another run in this game, because Rodon has woken up. We pissed him off by getting on the first inning, or lighting him up the first inning, and now he's on us. Marcus Walden gets strikeout number 8. So far it's been a great day for him. That's 8 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings. Is great, honestly. Like, you can't ask for much more, especially from a 78 overall starter. Like, that's not going to get any better. Like, he's did well. Ooh, a base hit ripped. It's a single, but it's enough to drive in Kevon Biggio, and now the game is tied. Brock Holt is the one that tied it. I don't know who he plays for. I think it's the Rangers in real life, honestly. But here we go. We get out the inning. I think that's Vlad that grounds out to Ramon Urias. Pedro gets us started with a base hit. Maybe our fortunes are down to change. We're starting to hit Rodon again. Although we do already have one out. So let's see. I said Pedro. That is definitely Ramon Urias. That's how much I don't like this dude. I can't even see what he looks like. Anyways, that's the end of the 6th. We don't score at all. He doesn't even really move from first base. It's just that type of day. So right now, this is when I remembered I forgot to warm up our relievers, and so I was like, I had started to warm them up, but I was like, I need to get out of this inning, because we have no relievers warm, and he's just going to have to pitch it, and he's extremely tired. He's on yellow, but by the end of this at-bat, I think he's on red. Like, it's that type of situation. Yep, there's the manager tip. And that's what made me remember to warm him up. And as you can see, our bullpen sucks, but we needed to put somebody else in because you don't want to ruin such a perfect start by overusing your starting pitcher. He pitched only 75 pitches, so his stamina is not that high, but it's all we can work with. And a base hit is a ripped down right field, and honestly, he stretches it to double for a double because it takes Santander so long to get the ball in. That's who's in right field. I forgot the name the whole time. It's Anthony Santander. And another base hit ripped, and it takes too long to throw it to first. To throw it home, so he's safe. That's George Springer in, and now they're up 2-1 at the top of the seventh. We finally wasted enough time to get Keegan Aiken in, and we need 2 outs from him. And let's see how he does. Look at it. First hit is that same Kevin Biggio triple, although it's a much slower dude. Hopefully we could get to him before he gets to third, but the RBI is definitely getting in. Can we get him? No, we cannot. The 37 speed guy hits a triple, and now I'm starting to look at that outfield wall like maybe, just maybe, it's out too far. But anyways, we get that. Listen, Keegan Atkin is back at trying to get this second out of the inning. He's down. He got Randall Gritchett down 0-2, and sends a slider down the middle. It wasn't that bad of a pitch, but that thing literally was a meatball. If that dude had good timing, that would debatably be a home run. I had a throw canceled because I was throwing to second. He was already going to third, and it still takes too long to get in. That's another triple given up. And Biggio, who we haven't been able to get out all day, comes up to bat with no out. Well, with only 1 out. This is this is not boding well for us. And we have him in an 0-2 count, which is a good thing. Can we get him swinging? We can. Biggio strikes out. That's Keegan's first strikeout since he's been at bat. And here we are. So 2 outs. And we're pitching to, I think it's Bo Bichette. Yeah, Bo Bichette. We have 1 more out to get out of this dreaded 7th inning. Can Keegan do it for us? 2-1 count. Just starting to be, it's better than the 2-0 count we had. But now it is a 3-1 count. And this has me on edge because we know we've already been touched enough. There's somebody on third. We desperately need him to avoid getting a base hit right here. And we strike him out with a 12-6 at the bottom of the zone. It was a smart take, honestly. It probably, the way he had been pitching, it definitely should have been a walk. He got it in. So as you can see, the 7th inning ends uneventfully with no one on base. We get into the 8th. Since we're already down 3, I don't really care. And not showing a sign that we're going to hit, I didn't really care to take him out. I was just going to let him finish the game until we showed life on offense. And so far, it seemed like Keegan had warmed up after he gave up them the 2 extra runs or whatever. So I was like, let's see how it goes for the rest of his day. And still 1-2 count to Brock Holt, who is not as good a hitter, so I'm surprised he's been surviving as long as he did. But he finally strikes out. I jinxed him, and he's out of there. And I said he's not good. He's good against lefties, not good against righties. It must be. There we go. Ground out to third, and we are out the 8th inning. 1 inning to go. Can we complete the comeback? Pedro grounds out to shortstop, the shortstop of the team. And it's not a good sign. That was the end of the inning for us. Or that was the end of the 8th. I'm sorry, I'm at the wrong inning. Anyways, who was it? Somebody got it hit a single off of Keegan, and Teoscar. No, that's Lourdes. No, it was Teoscar. I'm sorry, I'm messing up on names. Teoscar. I think that's how the first inning was scored. Is he got on base by a single? So deja vu is here, and we get a double play.
Yeah, double homicide.
We'd love to see it. 1 more out, and we are out of this game. Well, we are out of them hitting, and we have our chance to tie up the game. And then, oh no, Santander falls down off of a hit to the left to right field, and now it is 2 people on. No, just the double. No, 2 people on. And oh no, another base hit to that triples alley. This is when I remembered when like Andrew Vaughn's at left field, and I did not want him at left field, and his slow speed was getting us killed because he couldn't get to any balls on that left side. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have gotten down on anybody else or whoever on Austin Hayes, who I wanted to be at left field. I'm just saying they definitely probably would have been cut off faster. And so we got punished a lot, and we ended up giving 3 runs um, in this ninth inning. So that pretty much dashed our comeback dreams, and we just had. Now I just want the game to end because this is not what we wanted to show the Orioles fans after taking their. I mean, I said Orioles fans, our new Storm fans after taking the team from Baltimore and relocating it. It's supposed to be a different start for us, but it was not. We finally get out the ending with the ground out to Ramon Urias and Trey Mancini's line one down, grounds one to center field, and we get on base. Now we brought Ken Grubb to subbing because he has decent contact versus righties, and let's try to get somebody on base. Let's see whether we can get a rally started. We cannot because he grounds out to third, who takes Mancini off the base, and that is the end of our game. So that's how opening day went for us. Not too well, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hopefully the results are better against our next opponent because opening day was a very big disappointment for us. I believe the next game we choose to play is against the Oakland A's. And we'll be playing at their park. No, I think we still play at ours, where I shortened the walls a little bit because I realized the walls here were slightly too big. I appreciate y'all for joining us, for joining me through this opening day.